See, I've talked about that before, and I don't know if it'd be easier for me to go down to a 4 or up to a 15, because I never really explored the 4 as much as I did this past year, and I've never really 100% contributed myself to just a 1,500-meter race. Because, in high school I went a 4:07 for the mile, and I split 45s, and but I've never really trained for each of those events, and I even went 15:25 and 5K, so that shows a little bit more depth maybe in the distance side, but I really don't know what I'd be better at, until I actually put everything into that event.
But you think that you have the ability, having run a 4:07 in high school, do you think that you have the ability to be an elite 1,500 meter, and if you were to train later on in your career?
See, I'd like to think so, but it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? Because I really don't know the kind of stuff that they go through. I don't know the workouts the 1,500 runners really do. So if I had to pick one at A&M, I'd probably want to switch to a 4, just because I think the 400 program there is a lot better. But if I went up to Akron or something with Clayton to train, I want to turn myself into a 1,500-meter runner.
Are you hoping Clayton runs the 1,500 in 2017 to kind of open up a spot?
I'm hoping he runs whatever's going to make him the fastest and whatever he's going to place the best in, bring back for the U.S. I'm not, if he runs great in the 8, then great. If he runs great in the 15, even better,
If Clayton was in the 1,500 Olympic final, do you think he would have won?
I wouldn't have counted it out. I think Rudisha is just so dominant in the 100. It really is hard to, get that gold medal, which, you can't complain. He got a bronze medal. But, at the end of the day, he's Clayton Murphy. He's an athlete. You're always going to want to do better. And he's looking back and he's thinking, maybe I could have done better than 15. But you never know. The race was set up for, a good race for Clayton Murphy. So I wouldn't have counted it out for him to get a gold medal. I know that's crazy to say, but I really wouldn't have counted it out.
Why do you think that? What made you think this about Clayton?
Just because Clayton's always been that kind of runner. Clayton can sit and kick, and I've never seen I never really knew Clayton was that dominant of a 1,500-meter runner until I actually seen him run it. He makes it look so easy when he runs it. I saw him at Nationals for the first time run that 15, and it didn't even look like he was trying. You know what I mean?
Do you think you would have beaten Clayton if you raced him in the 800?
In the 800? See, that's going to be controversial because I really don't know. I think we both would have ran faster. I can say that at least. I would have maybe run faster just because, more competition, obviously. But the 143.5, that's no joke. You know what I mean? So I think he would have been up there, for sure. But, you can't really say. You can't say.
So hopefully we get to see eventually a true.
Well, yeah, we will.
Brazier versus Murphy.
Sure, yeah, and it'll be a great race. I'm gonna do all I can to beat me, and he's gonna do all I can to beat myself. And there's gonna be other people in these races, the up and coming 800-meter runners. So yeah, this will be my first year actually racing him. So it'll be fun.